Hello everyone, and welcome to John Doe 4880's Reviews. And today we are going to be talking about Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Voyager Inferno. I happened to pick this guy up over at one of my local thrift stores, and he is actually 98% complete. I'm missing the gun for him and a little hose for him, but he's pretty much an amazing figure. Really like him. The ladder goes up, and you can push the ladder up and down here. It also goes this way. That way. He rolls nicely, very, very nicely, and very, very nicely here, and yes, and so here we go. Let's talk about here. He's got these are awesome headlights. I love the headlights. You got the Autobot symbol, dark tinted windows, which I kind of like, and you got a tinted windows here, you got a mirror here, you got the tire that spins perfectly. I don't know what any of this other stuff is, but he's a fire engine, as you can see, which is kind of cool. This goes in, as you saw that before. And he's got a hose here. Now this hose, I haven't been able to get the hose off, but the hose can come off. And I'm not sure what this thing is, but you need that later on in transformation. And so like here we got the back. They did leave a little empty gap here, which I was not really too keen about. This part here comes off, this little hose part. That comes off, and this will tab like that. I don't know if you could see the tab. That will tab in there for, and it will tab in there. Also, we're gonna use this later for transformation in robot mode. But so then you got the back here. And you got the wheels back here, which are nice. I like how they have the painted wheels. These here are pretty cool. And I like the hose here. Like I said, it's a pretty solid figure. I wish, though, they would have covered up this part here, because these are going to be the arms in robot mode. I wish they would have added a little bit more detail and sticker-wise. And a lot of other cool stuff. Yeah, let's get him into robot mode. First, what you're going to do is push this up like that. You're going to take him like this, push that like that, push that like that. Okay? This is going to come out like this. We're going to put that like that. And then this tab, this tab right here is going to pop into here. So we're going to leave that like that. Okay, and then this is going to come around. Oh, this pops down like this. So this is going to go into this tab right here. So that pops down. And then this goes like this. This is going to go like this. And that's going to pop down like that. This is going to go down. And then this should go down like This should be going down. Well, as you can see, there's his head. So there's Inferno's head. But that's going to go down like that. And that's going to go down like that. Oh, there we go. And this goes down like that. But then this... I'm not sure why this is giving me grief. Around my recorders. Little kitty. There we go. That's how you do it. Okay. And supposedly this is supposed to. It don't, but it's. There we go. Yeah, there we go. It locks. But so that's his head. Amazing head sculpt. And then these come out like that, and that comes out like this, like that. And then so now for his legs here, you're gonna have his legs come out like that. His leg comes out like that. And they click in like that. And now for his hands here, you could pop out his hand here like that. Pop out his hand for like this. There we go. Like that, like that. There we go. There we go. And so let's take a look at him. So here we go. We got his head can swivel to a 360. It can go up and down, but this comes with it when it goes up and down. See, it can go like that, go up and down like that. His arms go. Let me just push that like that. There we go. Push that like that. There we go. His arms can go up that way, up that way, like that. And go back, go forth like that. This arm does the same thing, can go like that, can go back, forth. You do have elbow, elbow articulation. I couldn't think of the word. And the only thing is his wrists do not move 360, but they move in due to transformation in vehicle mode. Now we do have waist swivel. As you could see on the figure, waist swivel. And his legs, they can move up like that. And they can move from side to side. Like that. And yes, he can do the old covered it. Van Damme. Yes, the Van Damme. So he could do the Van Damme. Awesome. I love the Van Damme. Don't you? So, okay, and then also his legs, he's got what they call ankle tilt for awesome posability. So he can I'm not very good at the ankle tilt type thing, but he can do the ankle tilt like that. See? And then that would be kind of cool. Baby, you're walking. He could do the Michael Jackson too. Baby, you're walking. Are you walking, baby? Nah, he can't do that. He can't do the moonwalk. But so let's take a look at the back now. We gotta look at the back here. This should be pushed down like that. So in the back, he's got all these. He's got this part here, the ladder, or the hose ladder. He does have a lot of gaps in there, which I don't know if you can help, but you do a lot of gaps. Like I said before, he's 98% complete, so he's actually missing something. There's supposed to be a hose-like thing that goes right here. I do not have that. That goes there, and he's supposed to have a gun. I don't have a gun for him, unfortunately. Now, in the cartoon, the G1 cartoon, because he is really accurate of G1. Very, very G1 accurate. I'm not sure if it was the left side or the right side that he had it. But this applies for both hands. Okay? That you could turn this around. You can turn actually this around like this. And pop that in. And then you take, in the cartoon, he didn't have two fists. He had what looked to be like a blaster on one end. So you could do that. You could put that like that. So he has that. And see, he has got a blaster like that. And carries a bunch of other different things. But, you know, many different things like for fire and everything else. For fire and I don't know what they call the chemical stuff that the fire extinguishers have. I have no idea what they call them. But overall, I like him as really much of a figure. The complaints that I do have, though, is pretty much basically the head. When transforming him, the head hardly doesn't snap in very well. And pretty much basically you got a lot of gaps here. You got a gap here. They could have done something here for the gap here. Cover that up. Otherwise, I love him as a figure. Now, there's another mold. This is the second mold. The first mold is they made grapple out of this. Okay? And when they made grapple out of this, he was the first mold, and he had what you see is what you get here, except for this part here and this part here. And then they changed this here to a hook and like a claw-like type thing that you could put over here on his other hand. And he had the same gun and almost the same head type thing, and they painted him orange. And so let's try transforming him again. There's one other thing that I have to mention, but it has to take transformation in order for me to mention it. Let's transform him again. So here we go. Let's take this off here. Put this down over here. Trying not to lose it. Let's push this. Okay, this will go. These here go into that tab right there. I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but that goes into that tab right there. Clicks in there, and that's the same thing. Do that to the other side. That clicks on there. Okay, we're going to take this here. Oh great, here we go. I've only transformed him once, so please excuse me if I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Might have done this just a little too fast, so I do apologize if I did. Should have started with a I know this is mistransformed, and I'll talk about that in a minute as soon as I get his arms all situated here. Okay, these go. This goes in like that, and then I think you push that in like that. Yeah, that goes in like that, and then this goes in like that, and then that goes in there. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, so basically, you have this little tab here and this little tab here. First, you got to push this in like this. Okay? And then you got to take this little tab and you push it you push that in there like that. And that goes in there like that. And then you push that down like that. And then this is supposed to This goes into a tab here like that, and this goes into that tab right there like that. Okay, then you guys got yourself this tab here is supposed to go like that, and then this goes in like that, and then that goes like that. Now the reason why I was gonna talk about, what about this over here? Is there anything over here? I thought there was like some more tabs that you put in here, but I guess not. I guess I'm wrong. Okay, well, alright. Let me talk about this here. Oh, and then this, before we do anything else, this goes here, like this. There we go. That goes in like there. Now, let's talk about these tabs right here. I don't know if you could see them. These tabs right here. Let's see, maybe a little bit better. Here we go. That tab right there. On the grapple mode, you have the same kind of setup with the legs and these tabs, and they're a lot longer. And what happens is they have problems to where they're so long that when you go to try to transform him, you break the tab into that hole right there. Into that hole. Into both holes. And so what they did was they shortened out the holes in the Inferno. So what they did was they made the mistake of that in the grapple mode, but they corrected it in the Inferno mode. Now, what people were doing was, with the grapple mode, is they were taking sandpaper and they were sandpapering this to try to trim some of these off, and that helped a great deal, but wasn't 100% perfect. So I thought I'd just share that with you if you decide to get the grapple mold. This mold is pretty good with the tabs like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to tab this in like that, as you can see, and that's perfect. And then this can go down like that, and there we go. Left a big gap right there, and there he is. There is War for Cybertron Kingdom Inferno. Plastic is pretty solid, I guess, in the front. Little flimsy with the head part and everything, but other than that, I have really no other complaints. But just that, he's a really solid figure. If I were to rate him, I'd probably rate him 1 out of 5 scale. I'd probably rate him maybe I'll give him like at best 4.5. Maybe a top 4 would be better. So, anyways, that is War for Cybertron Kingdom. He's a little dirty here. Got really dirty. Anyways, and then, like I said before, this here is part of his hand, was part of his hand for transformation. And Grapple had the same thing in this mold. Had the same thing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking about giving him repo labels, maybe, because he kind of looks a little bland, if you know what I mean. I mean, the only thing he's got is an Autobot symbol, but he kind of looks a little bland to me. I don't know. I hope they had more stickers. I wish they would put more stickers on these things to make them not look so much bland, you know. But what can you do? They're Hasbro. Anyways, like, subscribe, and enjoy.